Have you ever noticed something strange about your mind? You can spend an entire day laughing with friends, finishing your work, and enjoying yourself. But the moment your head touches the pillow, your brain suddenly remembers that embarrassing thing you said 3 years ago. Then it starts replaying tomorrow's problems, imagining conversations that haven't happened, and creating situations that may never exist. Why does your mind do that? Is your brain trying to help you, or is it working against you? The answer might surprise you. Your brain isn't designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. Thousands of years ago, this was the reason humans survived. The people who noticed danger early were the people who stayed alive. If someone ignored the sound of movement in the bushes, they could become dinner for a predator. But the person who assumed the worst had a better chance of surviving. Your brain still follows that same ancient program today. The problem is that the dangers have changed. Instead of wild animals, your brain now worries about job interviews, money, relationships, health, social media, and what other people think about you. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. To it, an unanswered message, an upcoming presentation, or one negative comment online can feel important enough to deserve hours of attention. That's where overthinking begins. Many people believe overthinking means thinking too much. That's not actually true. Overthinking isn't about the number of thoughts you have. It's about thinking about the same problem again and again without moving closer to a solution. Imagine sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving the entire time, but you're never actually going anywhere. That's exactly what overthinking does to your mind. Here's another interesting fact. Your brain treats unanswered questions like unfinished movies. Have you ever started watching a movie but stopped halfway through? Chances are you'll keep wondering how it ends. Your mind works the same way. When something feels incomplete, your brain keeps returning to it. Maybe someone looked upset today. Maybe your boss said, "Can we talk tomorrow?" Maybe your friend replied with only one word. Suddenly your brain starts writing hundreds of possible endings to a story that hasn't even happened yet. This is why uncertainty feels so uncomfortable. Your brain would rather believe a scary answer than have no answer at all. Another reason your mind never stops thinking is because your brain loves patterns. It constantly searches for connections. Sometimes that's helpful. It helps you recognize faces, learn new skills, and solve problems. But anxiety changes the way this system works. Instead of finding useful patterns, your brain starts connecting unrelated events. Your headache becomes a serious illness. One mistake at work becomes the beginning of losing your career. One awkward conversation becomes proof that everyone secretly dislikes you. The more anxious you become, the more convincing these stories feel. This is one reason anxiety disorder and overthinking often go together. Here's something even more surprising. Your brain doesn't know the difference between solving a problem and worrying about a problem. Every time you replay the same situation, your brain believes it's being productive. It feels like you're preparing yourself. It feels responsible. It feels smart. But most of the time, you're simply rehearsing fear. Imagine searching for your lost keys. Looking in different places makes sense. But checking the same drawer 50 times won't suddenly make the keys appear. That's exactly what overthinking does. It searches the same mental drawer over and over again, hoping a different answer will magically appear. Modern life makes this even worse. Every day your brain processes thousands of headlines, notifications, emails, videos, opinions, and endless information. Your mind was never designed to carry so much. Without realizing it, your brain stays switched on all day long. Then, when everything becomes quiet at night, those unfinished thoughts finally demand attention. That's why so many people experience sleep anxiety and racing thoughts just before falling asleep. Many people also believe intelligent people never overthink. Ironically, the opposite can sometimes be true. A creative or analytical mind can imagine hundreds of possibilities within minutes. That's an incredible gift when solving real problems. But when anxiety takes control, that same imagination begins creating problems that don't even exist. The imagination that writes beautiful stories can also write frightening ones. Another trap is believing every thought deserves your attention. Think about this for a moment. If someone walked past you on the street shouting random words, you probably wouldn't stop and believe everything they said. Yet many of us do exactly that with our own minds. One anxious thought appears. What if I fail? What if something terrible happens? What if I never get better? Instead of questioning those thoughts, we immediately begin arguing with them. The more attention you give a thought, the stronger it becomes. This is also why intrusive thoughts feel so frightening. An intrusive thought doesn't mean you secretly want something to happen. It simply means your brain produced a random thought. Human brains create thousands of thoughts every single day. Some are helpful. Some are completely meaningless. Learning to let an unwanted thought pass without chasing it is one of the biggest steps toward better mental health. So how do you stop overthinking? Not by forcing your mind to become silent. The harder you try not to think about something, the more your brain focuses on it. Instead, become an observer of your thoughts rather than a participant in every conversation your mind creates. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this thought helping me solve a real problem today? If the answer is no, you've already broken the cycle. Then bring your attention back to something real. Your breathing, your surroundings, the conversation you're having, the task in front of you. Real life always exists in the present moment. Overthinking always lives somewhere else. Remember this. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you using an ancient survival system that wasn't built for the modern world. Once you understand that, everything begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who's broken. Instead, you begin understanding how your mind actually works. And when you understand your mind, you stop fearing it. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth, mental clarity, and a peaceful life. See you in the next video.